Hello everyone, it's Mark. I am the Sanderson Collector, and it is Sunday, February 24th, and that means it is time for the unboxing week for the month. And I have two very exciting boxes to open up, and so let's get to it. The first box comes to me from Subterranean Press. Oh, that is so pretty. Yes, this is what I was expecting. This is Legion, Lies of the Beholder, leather-bound, special limited edition, lettered. Oh, this color is really pretty. I hope it's coming through on the video. If it's not, I will put in a picture because it is amazing. Oh. Leather-bound slipcase editions are just always some of the most amazing ones that I get. And I am so glad that I was able to grab this one. I was unable to get one for Legion Skin Deep because I was on the train at the time pre-orders went up, and by the time I got off the train and got to my office and got my computer out and had an internet connection, they were all sold out. But I managed to get one for Legion Lies of the Beholder, and so I get letter U. And of course, here is my name in the book. Super cool. I'm going to have to put this one back in the bag and keep it really safe on the shelf. Now, the next box I have is a little bit of something different. It is called a Fae Crate, and the Fae Crate is a book box, and book boxes are a trend in YA books these days, where when a new book comes out and it gets very hyped up, the publisher, or this company in this case, will put together a box of promotional items to go with a copy of the book and send it out to the people who have subscribed to the crate. And Fae Crate did one of these for the release of Starsight back in November, and I finally have mine and have time to do a video on it, so I'm going to open it up and see what goodies are in here. And we have some artwork of probably the two main characters of Starsight, or Skyward. I say Starsight because Starsight's what's on my mind. I can't wait to get a hold of it. I have not read it yet, but I really want to. Anyway, Skyward, the main characters of Skyward, Jerkface and Spin. We have a set of headphones that have like musical clef on them. I'm not entirely sure how that's associated with Skyward, but okay. And we've got a little box that says Fae Crate, and inside the box is another little box. Oh, it's a nightlight. It's a nightlight that says a whole sky of different stars, which I think is a quote from the book. We've got a book plate signed by Brandon. Okay, I'm not sure who these are supposed to be. Maybe Spin and Jerkface again. There's a Polaroid picture in here. It's kind of cute. Now this has a bunch of writing on it. Looks like it's a towel or cloth of some kind. What's written on here? What is this from? This is not a quote from Skyward, so I'm not entirely sure what this towel is. It says, okay, it's even bigger than I thought. It's a shawl, that's what it is. Still not sure what it's for or what it says, but apparently it's got the Fae Crate logo on it. So there's a scarf in here with some words on it. Okay, well, there's no way that's not a picture of Vin and Ellen from Mistborn. And Dear Fae Crate Reader, blah, blah, blah. A note from Brandon about Skyward, which is really cool. And a set of wings, another Skyward pin with the same art that was on top of the box, so that's pretty cool. Oh, if this is Vin and Ellen, that means this is probably Shalon and Kaladin? Or Adolin? I'm still not entirely sure, but it's probably someone from Stormlight. Anyway, so there's the pin here, the wings, which I'll be talking about a little bit later. A pillowcase for a small to medium-sized pillow with the art on it again. And, well, what do you expect in a crate about Skyward, but a copy of Skyward? So this is like my 8th copy of Skyward, but, I mean, always good to have another one. First printing, not signed, so definitely will need to get it signed by Brandon at some point. And last thing in here is a bag, it's a book sleeve that you can put your books in when you're putting them in your bag. And it says, "Let them see my weakness and let them see me overcome it," which definitely is a quote from Skyward. So this is super cool, getting a little book bag in here. So that's everything that was in the Fag crate. I believe they did a similar crate in the UK. I have not gotten a copy of one of those yet, so I definitely need to grab that when I can. But that's everything in the Fag crate. I do have a couple more things to show you that I've gotten that I'm not officially unboxing today, and they're all Skyward related. First, the UK publisher was kind enough to send me one of the Skyward pins for the UK edition of Skyward. And so now I have 3 different pins. I have the US wings, I have the UK wings, and then I have the one that just came in the crate, which is different than the others, so that's super interesting. The one that came in the crate looks to be specifically for the Defiant Defense League. It's got the letter D with some wings on it, which is an interesting design. And the other 2 conform much more closely to the design from the book. In fact, they're actually the same design, just printed differently. The US one is printed with multiple layers in 3 dimensions, and the UK one is printed in a single layer with different colorings on the different levels instead of being separate layers. So those are all super cool. Thank you very much to the UK publisher for sending this to me. It's really cool to have 3 sets of Skyward wings. And of course, along with the UK Skyward wings, I have a UK copy of Skyward, which is absolutely gorgeous. I love this cover and this art by Sam Green. I feel it really captures the feeling of the book, even if it's not a specific scene from the book. So I'm really glad to add this one to my UK collection. And Skyward is actually already out in 2 more languages. It is out in Spanish with the title Escuadrón, and it came out the same week as the US and UK copies came out, so they did the translation super quick on this. And Escuadrón means squadron. I don't know why they did not pick a name like Skyward for it. Personally, I think Skyward is much more evocative, but this is what they chose. And so you can get this one if you want. It is a paperback edition. They did not do a Spanish hardcover of Skyward. The other language that Skyward has been translated into and released is Portuguese, specifically Brazilian Portuguese, and we have Skyward, Conquiste as Estrellas, which I probably mispronounced because I know Spanish but not Portuguese. And anyway, they used the UK cover, so it's interesting to see that Spain used the US cover and Brazil used the UK cover. And again, this one is a paperback copy and still very nice, and they've got everything in here, including all of the interior artwork has been translated in each of these editions, and they added a couple little pages of stars in the Brazilian edition that are really pretty. So it's really nice to have both of these foreign languages and add them to my collection. According to the website, the foreign rights for Skyward have been sold in several other languages, I believe Czech and some others, so hopefully those editions come out soon as well. I almost forgot, I've got one more thing I need to do with all these editions of Skyward. Here's the US edition that I got today, and here we have Mark Lindbergh, call sign Megalodon. And then in the Spanish version, here we have Mark Lindbergh, Identificador Megalodon. And then in Portuguese, there we are, Mark Lindbergh, Codinome Megalodon. And some of y'all have asked me about the name Megalodon, and in brief, that has essentially been my online name and avatar for years. I really enjoy fossil collecting, and it was a hobby that I did with my dad when I was a kid. And my favorite fossils were always the shark teeth, and the best shark teeth were, of course, the megalodon teeth. For those who don't know, megalodon is the largest shark that has ever lived. It is extinct, but there was a movie out this year called Meg, so it's obviously still in people's minds, even though they don't exist anymore. I liked the shark teeth and I collected them, and when I was making accounts for online games and stuff, I chose the name Megalodon, and it just kind of stuck and always has. My Twitter handle for my personal account is Mental Megalodon, and so when the opportunity came out to have a call sign, Megalodon was the obvious choice. And that is all of the books and things I am going to unbox this week. I do want to say one more thing before I end this week's video, and that is that you might have noticed that I have a little band on my arm this week. That is because I just got home from donating platelets today. And I have been a blood donor for years, but this blood donation is in memory of a very specific person. It is in memory of Jim Alstrom, who was Peter Alstrom's father, who passed away a couple of weeks ago. He had been battling cancer for almost a year. His family said that he was a lifelong blood donor and that many transfusions of blood helped prolong his life while he was fighting with cancer, and they asked that, if possible, you go and donate blood in his name or in his memory. And so I highly encourage y'all to do that if you do not already. It is not as scary or painful of a process as you might think it is, and I have been doing it for years, and it always feels great to know that I am saving lives while doing so. My condolences to Peter and his family for the loss of his father. As usual, if you have any questions about any of the books that I showed this week, I will have linked all of the books and given their ISBNs in the description, but you can ask other questions, ask to see pictures or anything in the comments, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. And until next time, happy collecting.